Ride along live worldwide. Feel the beat, feel the vibe. Amazing host leading the ride. Power to the people, we shine. Giving fans what they need. Caribbean spirit, let's succeed. Every show with a good deed. Together we plant the seed. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease.
Looking for the ultimate island experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or
Ride along live worldwide. Feel the beat, feel the vibe. Amazing host leading the ride. Power to the people, we shine. Giving fans what they need. Caribbean spirit, let's succeed. Every show with a good deed. Together we plant the seed. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song.
Ride Along Live, welcome to the ride. Welcome to Wednesday on the Ride.
We belong.
Yeah. All right, guys, this is Wednesday, and you know, we are dedicated to keeping you informed, entertained about everything that's happening in your neck of the woods. Now, today's a special day again, guys, because we get a very unique opportunity to give our community the information that they need, especially in a time like this. Now, as you know, Dionne Wynter Pfunde has been our go-to person as it relates to anything immigration. If you're looking to adjust your status, where we send you? Dionne Wynter Pfunde and her law firm, right? If you're looking to obtain your citizenship, who we send you to? You got it right. So what has been happening over this past, say, 2 weeks or so? We had a new president, and even during the campaign season, the president spoke about his new immigration policies or enforcing his new immigration policies. Now, some people thought that it was just a hoax, just a talk, but a little bit over 2 weeks so after he was sworn in as president, 47th president of the United States, Donald J. Trump is making good to all his campaign promises, right? We've seen brigades, right, of ICE going into communities in Chicago, in places like New York, in other places in Florida, where there are heavy immigrant community, and you guessed right, mass deportation. People are being sent back to their country. A lot of these people is claimed to have, you know, fraudulent past or criminal history, what have you, but not all. Because a lot of people who are just regular, you know, trying to survive, but just didn't have an opportunity at this point to adjust their status, quite possibly is and will be getting caught up in this whole big immigration sweep. So, since 2017, 2016, all the way back down there, I have been telling my friends, and I've been coming on this platform right here and sounding the alarm and encouraging everyone to adjust their status. But whenever we do this type of programs, you know what happened? We get the least set of viewership. But whenever there is bacchanal, whenever there is TB, as they'll say, whenever there is something that you guys feel like is controversial, you flood the platform. Let's change the narrative now, because information is key. Everyone need to know this information. Now, our immigration attorney is extremely busy. She is traveling over the world. She is, I mean, everybody want to get her information because it's credible. She's right now in Dubai. And let me tell you the sacrifice that she's making for you right now. She's in Dubai, where it's about 3 a.m. in Dubai, about 9 hours ahead of where we are right now. But despite she's 9 hours apart away from us, she said, you know what? No problem. I'll still do the program. She was actually on her way out, had to hang out somewhere, and she drove back to give the information. So that's dedication, right? And that's something, I mean, she could go be she could in that hour that we're speaking right here, she could be probably making $150,000 an hour. Simple. I mean, simple like that. But she's contributing. So for that reason only, you know, you have to give kudos to the law firm and Dionne Wynter Pfunde herself. My sister, I call her the best person you could get on your side if you're dealing with immigration issues. Dionne Wynter Pfunde, my sister, how you doing?
I am doing good. The best in the West. I used to be the best in the West. Now I'm going to give myself the best in the Middle East.
Yes,
The best in the East. Good evening, Jay. Good evening. Good evening. Are you still, where are you? Where on the planet are
I'm
you,
still in
sir?
Grenada. I'm still in
When are you
Grenada.
coming back, Jay? When are you coming back?
Um, you know, I was supposed to come back yesterday,
Okay.
but I had to extend. I might be back
No
on
problem.
Saturday, but I might extend again. Who knows? But
Who
you having
knows?
all the fun. You are in Dubai.
I am. I am. I am. I am. My firstborn is celebrating a birthday, and this is where she chose to do it. So I packed up all my equipment. You know how it is because we got to travel for work.
Yes,
Except I didn't plan for certain things like my VPN not working when there's no Wi-Fi. I didn't plan for a lot of things.
right.
So, but I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work.
So are you sleepy? Like, tell us because I know
No.
the difference in time.
No, there's a time difference, but my body's still on the clock of the US. So it's six. My body's saying it's 6 o'clock. It's time for dinner. So I'm
Yeah.
more hungry than sleepy.
Yes. That was said earlier. I remember one time I was in Las Vegas and I
Mm-hmm.
was falling asleep on awkward times. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what the hell? What
Yes.
time is it? You know, because
Yes.
your body, you're seeing it's bright outside, but you're feeling tired because
Yeah.
it's like your mind and your body is fighting with each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock. It's time for dinner. It's crazy. And then like you want to go to bed at 5 a.m. So in like a couple hours, it's 8 o'clock. So at 5 a.m. it's 8 o'clock. Dubai is waking up and you're tired as heck. You're like, it's time for me to go to sleep. So you
Yeah,
sleep till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then it's almost dark. The place starts to get dark. You're like, what just happened? So it's a little crazy, but I'm not getting used to it, but it's a little crazy.
I
I'll
hear that.
leave it at that.
I hear that. I hear that. All right.
Mhm.
So a lot of things happen in Diane. A lot. Oh Lord. It's been
Waleed.
it's been what? It's been 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks or so. Is it that been that much? Seems like a year.
I think we were here last week. I was here last week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, I'm talking about since the inauguration
Oh,
47,
it's
I'm talking about.
it's not even a month yet, right?
A month yet.
January 20th, and we're only at February 5th. So we're talking about 14 days.
Yeah.
14 days.
All right. So
Let
in
me
that,
write that down.
yeah,
14 days.
14 days, 14 days. In
Mhm.
that 14 days, Dionne, what have we seen?
Whoa.
Where are we? Sorry, where are we at this time?
You know how people make you promises, Jay, and they don't keep it?
Uh-huh.
The president is keeping his campaign promises. Good evening, everyone. Almost 3 weeks. The president is keeping his campaign promises. That's where we are. Everything he promised that he was going to do, he's doing a really good job. If he hasn't come through on all of them, and I just wrote this article called The First 30 Days, and I sent it over to you. He's doing a really good job of, of doing that. He's doing a really good job.
So why then are so many people surprised that what's happening? I'm seeing the news. A lot of people are shaken up by it. A lot of people are surprised by it. Why do you think that people are surprised that he's doing what he said that he was going to do?
Because a lot of people, they come into office, Jay, and they make a lot of promises and they don't keep them.
Hmm.
But I think what we're seeing now is the president keeping his promises. A lot of people, they come into office and they say they're going to do this, they're going to do that. I'm going to expand deportation. He's accomplishing all of that within 15 days. He's going to detain people. He's accomplishing all of that in very short order. He signed those executive orders on the night of the 20th. Remember, he was there with his pen?
Yeah, yeah.
Expanded mass deportation, intensified ICE operation. He's going to get ICE out there. He's going to detain people, or everybody who's undocumented. You've been here, you haven't done anything, you're going to be detained. And so we wake up 14, 15 days later, somebody says, almost 3 weeks, and it's happening in front of our eyes. In
Yeah.
front of our eyes, whatever the president says was going to happen is happening in front of our eyes.
To me, it's scary. But then let's talk about the first one: birthright citizenship. The president first. Let's establish what is birthright citizenship.
So it's funny you say that because I was driving around. I came to Dubai. This is my second time here. Love Dubai, first of all. They're open to immigrants. Like it's a thing because they need people to move here and live here.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I could give birth to 10 children in the United Arab Emirates. They will never be a citizen. Never. There's no pathway for them, Jay, to become a citizen. Whereas in the United States, under the Constitution, we have all these pathways for people to become citizens. One of those, which is found in the Constitution, it says if you're born in the United States or in a territory or on a military base for our service members, if you're born in any of these places, by birth, you are a citizen of the United States by
Right.
birth. So it doesn't matter if your parents were undocumented. It doesn't matter if they entered the United States without without anything. It doesn't matter. You would be considered a United States citizen. That's birthright citizenship, meaning mom is undocumented, dad has never been in the United States. I give birth to you. You are a citizen of the United States. The president says, look, I want to get rid of that so that
Hmm.
anybody who's born in the United States will never be a citizen. The problem the president is facing with that is that birthright citizenship
It's
is inside of the
the
United States
14th
Constitution.
Amendment, isn't it?
That's the only thing that saves us.
Yeah.
It's in the 14th Amendment.
Amendment.
So
Yes.
therefore, Mr. President,
You
you
can't
cannot
do that
change the amendment with an
by an
executive
executive
order.
order. Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. No, I saw an article that was posted while we were speaking. I said, let me pull it up. And it have to do with the court blocking
Mhm.
the president birthright citizenship. Let me see. Federal judge blocked Trump
Yes.
executive order to end birthright citizenship. Now,
Yes.
didn't somebody tell Mr. Trump, give Donald Trump the memo that, in simple terms, Mr. President, you cannot change amendment, the Constitution by executive order. Did somebody give him that memo? He just didn't get a memo. What happened there? I mean,
So a part of it, I think, Junior, the president wants to litigate this. The
right,
president wants this question in the court. He wants somebody to sue so they can go to the court and the court can make a decision, meaning like, hey, tell him if you want to do it, here's what you have to do.
right,
So he wants to lead, he loves the courtroom. He
uh-huh,
loves when this thing comes up. He loves all of this.
right. I want to play back a clip of
Sure, sure.
that executive order that was blocked here. That's from the news, ABC News. Let's see if we could get some volume on that. This is the a story regarding the blockage of the executive order. Listen.
Is now in effect against President
Hold
Trump's
on.
executive order.
Sorry, hold on. Let me just fix something right here. Again, guys,
Sure.
in the meantime, you're watching Ridealong live. I'm fixing some audio right here so you could hear it properly. Right, this should work now. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Let's.
Aimed at ending birthright citizenship for children of undocumented immigrants. A federal judge ruled the injunction is necessary because it concerns citizenship, saying, quote, the denial of the precious right to citizenship will cause irreparable harm. 5 undocumented pregnant women and 2 nonprofits sued to block the president's order, claiming it violates the Constitution and multiple federal laws. It's one of several legal challenges that could ultimately be decided by the Supreme Court. Let's bring in ABC News legal contributor Kim Whaley for more. Kim, this is now the second federal judge to rule against President Trump's executive order. The judge says the executive order conflicts with the plain language of the 14th Amendment. You say you're not surprised. Why?
Just like you said, Diane, because it's crystal clear in the 14th Amendment and in binding Supreme Court.
Right. Okay. So in essence, Dionne Wynter Pfunde, it is crystal clear. It is clear.
Yes.
It's clear as daylight that the 14th Amendment give you right of citizenship once you were born in the United States. What's the next
Yes.
step you think from here?
I'm sorry. I just got a text message that one of my clients was just let out of ICE custody. I'm sorry, Jay.
Oh
I
wow.
am so sorry.
Oh, that's good. Oh wow, that is great, great, great. You see, and I am happy for you. I'm happy for your client. That is great. That is amazing.
Woo! Yes.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
you fight, you make these because I saw my firm calling me and I'm like, I can't answer. But that's sorry, but sorry, Jay. I'm sorry.
No, that's great. And you see how you personalize this? This is you.
Oh,
This is really, really
no, you
good.
know, no, let me tell you right now, if you come in our firm, like whenever somebody walks out of ICE custody,
Yeah,
we're jumping. You would think, not think, you would think there are family members but that's because Jay, they are. They are. We take every case personally and we fight for these cases. So when, you know, you're preparing a family to say, you know what, especially since this new administration, we're like, we don't think this is going to work, but this is what we're going to do. So when we get a message like this, and I'll have to call my attorney back, my managing attorney back, when we get something like this, we're jumping around because it's a lot of fight. So for everybody who gets let out, there's 10 of them that we're fighting with. But thank you so much. But in any event, um, birthright citizenship, Jay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. So I was asking about you. I kind of want to deviate into the other question in regards to getting let out from ICE custody. But the question I was asking about birthright citizenship. Just tell us what it is, and the privilege that it gives you and everyone that's born in the United States.
So there's a lot of things tied to birthright citizenship. Like you and I, Jay, we can never be president of the United States because we weren't born here. So
Right.
there are 2 ways to become a citizen of the United States. There's only 2 ways. You're either naturalized, and people like to say, "Oh, you get married and become a citizen." No, you get married, you get a green card.
Yeah.
But to become a citizen, you either get naturalized or you're born here.
Right.
And the Constitution talks about that. It says once you're born inside of the United States, you're automatically a citizen. The president wants to wants to give a definition of what born here means. Like he's saying you have to be born to a United States citizen. So he's going back to the intent. What did people intend in the when they under the 14th Amendment? That's what the president is looking for. Right? And he wants to change that to say, you know what? If the only time you should get citizenship is if one of your parents is already a U.S. citizen. So he wants to take, and if you notice, it was 5 undocumented women that sued,
Yes.
right? Because you have to have the right party,
Yeah.
somebody who's affected. So these undocumented women, they're pregnant and they're suing in federal court, which tells me it's a nonprofit, or it tells me somebody's saying, hey, let's sue on this. And as you can see, it's already blocked because the president cannot change the Constitution.
Right. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Cannot change it. Cannot change it. Cannot change it.
What
You
about
cannot change the Constitution.
in instances where we have almost like birth tourism, where people are leaving their home just for the purpose of traveling to the United States to have that child born in the United States, so that they could have that document and then fly back to their place, to their country.
Of business.
Any restrictions on that?
Yes, that is included as well. So the president is saying if you're not a citizen and you give birth here, that child will never be a citizen. So the president does want to get rid of birth tourism as well. So birth tourism, for those of you who haven't been listening to JNI since 2018,
Yeah.
birth tourism is for all those individuals. Like I have a little visitor's visa and I'm from Dubai, right? I don't want to live in the United States, but I do want my child to become a US citizen. So I pay someone, I come to the United States, I give birth in a hospital. I'm on a good visa now. I'm on my B1. I'm on a good visa, but my sole purpose of coming into the United States is to give birth to this child. What the president has said is all of that needs to go away.
Mm-hmm.
He wants one of the parent, Jay, to be a United States citizen. I don't think he's going to win this argument. He doesn't have the time enough to win this argument. It's not going to happen.
Okay, so possibly not going to happen
I
whatsoever.
can't see it happening. This is not something, if I were a citizen or if I were undocumented and I give birth to my child, tomorrow morning, that child will be a US citizen. Nothing has changed yet. So if you're a pregnant mom, you're undocumented, and you're worried, oh, what's going to happen to my child? Your child is going to be given a birth certificate. Your child will be given a US passport.
Right.
No way around it. No way around it.
What about for naturalized citizens who are run in contrast with the law? They may have violated or felony, what have you. How could that affect them in terms of what's the term? Is it denaturalization?
Denaturalization.
How would that work?
So that's a tough one. Here's why. I've been practicing for 21 years. I've never been a part of a denaturalization case. When we look at denaturalization cases, we're looking at those people that maybe served during Hitler's regime and lied on their application, and then they get denaturalized. If you commit a felony as a naturalized citizen, I have some good news for you, and I have some bad news. You're going to go to jail. You're going to go to jail. But when you come out of jail, you're not going to be deported. You're not going to be placed in deportation proceedings because you know what? You are a citizen of the United States. For them to even begin to talk about deportation, you must commit one of those crimes that result in denaturalization. Number one, you go serve with one of our enemies.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Afghanistan and you say, you know what? I'm gonna join the Taliban.
Ah.
Now, remember when you raise your hand, Jay, one of the things you said as a citizen, and most of us are not listening to the promises we make. We won't fight against the United States government. If you do, they can begin denaturalization. So citizens are not a part of the conversation.
Right.
Because the president would have to find a reason, or you have to voluntarily give up your naturalization.
Oh, I see.
You have to give it up, but it won't be. You could, me and you, Jay, we could kill 10 people.
Mhm.
That's not that's not a reason to denaturalize us. We're gonna go to jail for murder for a very long time, but then we come back out and we continue our lives.
Okay. Okay. And that's no reason for anyone to see the opportunity to do any one of these crimes if you're a U.S. citizen.
No,
God,
no, just to test it. Don't
yeah,
test, don't tempt the hands of fate.
exactly. Now, you mentioned something earlier. You were very happy about it. The process now of someone being in the custody of ICE and having to get released, especially in this atmosphere, in this climate. What are some of the things that you would have to present? You don't have to give us exactly with this case, but what are the
I
things that
can
you
tell you.
present now?
Let me tell you. Present your newborn baby, present a liver, present a kidney, present all of that. It's so ad hoc, Jay, meaning what you do for client A may not work for client B.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I see water bikes. What you do for client A. Let's talk about the water bikes.
Let's talk about that after.
Let's talk about that. But even to get somebody from ICE now, it's like
Yeah.
pulling teeth. It's like pulling teeth, Jay. There isn't this formula because it's discretionary. Remember, the president has given a list of people who should be detained: undocumented immigrants with removal orders, individuals with minor arrest, if you're undocumented, or even if you have a green card, if you have any kind of minor arrests, people with pending immigrations, even if you're waiting on your thing, they can detain you. They're not going to deport you, but they can detain you. Non-citizens with expired visas, they too can be detained. We didn't say deported, we said detained.
Right.
Once ICE decides to arrest you, ICE is the immigration police. Once ICE decides to arrest you, Jay, it's their discretion on whether to keep you or release you. If they keep you, you're going to go in front of the immigration judge. It means you're now in ICE prison, detention, ICE prison while you do so. For some people, we make a good argument. One, they have retained an attorney. For the most part, if you retain an attorney, I don't think you're running anywhere. You're ready to fight. We show you have ties in the country. You have a wife, you have children, you have a job, you've been working for so long. You're not a harm to society, you're not at risk of flight. So we got to show all these factors, and they're in the law. It tells you whether ICE believes us or not is treason. Somebody just used the right word, treason.
Mhm.
Anika St. John, thank you. That's the word I was looking for, Jay.
Mhm.
Committing treason, fighting against the United States government. But ICE says, look, if you do any of these, and we can show them, here's Junior's tax documents for the last 6 years. Take his passport. Take his passport. He's not going to Grenada. Take his passport. Even though if you leave to Grenada, they're probably going to be happy. But he won't leave. You won't leave New York and move to Alabama to go hide.
Right.
Right? These are some things that ICE is looking for. Junior, they have a list. ICE have a list with names, addresses, and everything. And I believe immigration, USCIS is serving them information, which is unethical. But once you're detained, once you're arrested, we got to make a lot of argument why they should let you out. They also want to see, Jay, that you have this case, like a proper case that can go in front of the judge. They want to see that as well.
Right. You said
They
they,
want to see that.
that they are submitting information. So if someone is undocumented and they are filing, they're in the process of filing the documents,
Mhm.
and they would submit that document, but they're still undocumented. Could that be held against them?
It won't be held against them, but they could be targeted because they want to look. The president says, look to make sure that application is not, and I'll use the word frivolous.
Yeah.
Make sure it's a legitimate, because if it's a strong application, then you're good. But if it's frivolous, See, Nassau County in tandem. They're all, here's why they're working together, Anika. The federal funds, Jay. The
Yes.
president is cutting off federal funding for those that are not cooperating. So a lot of these, and we did this show Deportation Nation, when we talked about North Carolina, Jay, and we talked about how people will cooperate because they need the federal money. They need the federal money, so they will cooperate with ICE, Jay. So even though you have a pending application, you can run the risk of being detained. And I want our community to separate, Jay, being detained from being deported. They're
Yes.
two different things.
Right. Right. It's a process.
It's a
Deportation is a
process.
process. Yes.
It's a process, Jay. It's a process.
Someone here is asking the question: if you are married and your spouse filed the I-130 form, is there any other form that's supposed to be filed with the I-130?
Oh gosh, yes, yes. The I-130A. If you're married and you came into the United States legally, we're filing something called a concurrent filing: the I-130, the I-130A, the I-485, the I-864, the I-761, the I-131. I think it's 6 applications I just listed. All of them needs to be filed. All of them. All of them. If you're married and you have no entry, like you have no landing, or community calls it, then you just do the first part, the I-130 along with the I-130A,
Hmm.
if you have no landing.
Okay, that question there asked and answered. Um, so should people at this point be scared to even file that I-130, knowing that
No.
sentence
Mm-mm.
themselves?
Get that application in the mail, because we don't know. Remember, we had the ban, the Nigerian ban.
Yeah.
um we don't know where else the president is going in the name of national security. Remember, under national security, he can prevent certain groups from doing certain things under national security, not under the law. So I would say, if you have an option, you've been married for 3 years, and the little man a chat about say him no want sign the paperwork, carry the man out for a nice little dinner and sit down and talk, and get the paperwork filed. Have a conversation with your loved ones, whoever is in a position to help you. Get that application filed. Get it
Absolutely.
filed, Jay.
Love Child Kim is asking, I have a question. I know a young lady who got picked up by ICE. They kept her passport and gave her a court date. The problem is she never showed up in court. What's her chances?
Chances are she was ordered removed. If you don't show up for court, they just issue a removal order. It's, like, Jay, you have a date. One, you know why ICE keeps your passport?
They don't want you to fly out?
No, they're putting you on the next flight when they pick you up if you've been ordered deported.
Oh,
Once you go into ICE custody, they're taking your passport. Once you go into ICE custody, they are taking your passport. If
yeah.
you do not show up for court, the judge issues what we call a removal order.
Yes.
In absentia, Latin for in your absence,
Yeah.
or
Oh,
French or Spanish, absentia. It means you weren't there, you're ordered removed. That young lady needs to check her A number, Jay, and then more than likely she was ordered removed. And if ICE picks her up, remember, she's one of the first one that I said is a priority: undocumented immigrants with previous removal orders. They are number one. They're number one on the list. Undocumented immigrants with previous, the president listed them. They are, when we look at who is at the risk of detention, undocumented immigrants with previous removals orders. If you don't have a passport, the first thing the judge is going to say to your ICE is going to say to you is, one, reach out to your US consulate and get a travel document or a passport, or they're going to send something to your country for them to send you something to put you on a plane.
mm,
That will not prevent them. There's this thing that they send, I forgot what they, like a foil. They send something to verify that you are a citizen of that country. So you can't say Barbados when you're
right.
from Grenada. They're going to do a verification. All these countries, guys, are cooperating. All these countries are cooperating. They have to cooperate with the United States government. They are cooperating.
Yes, yes. And we all know why too. Paul Lawrence is asking, can you use your Grenadian passport when going to Grenada and use your US passport when returning to the US?
I do it. I do it. In fact, I have all my because I'm traveling internationally, so I typically have both. Yes, you do. I do it all the time, sir. So this is my Jamaican passport.
Uh-huh.
This is my US passport. It's old and beaten up. So
Yeah,
when I'm going to Jamaica, I land on this passport. That way I can stay as long as I want.
yeah,
Because if I land on my US passport, they give me, I think, 90 days in Jamaica, which I
yeah,
never need that long. But and then there's certain countries in Europe and the Middle East where the Jamaican passport means I don't need a visa. If I have the US passport, might need a visa. So I travel with both depending. So for those of you with your dual passports, I have dual citizenship, Jamaica and the US. I land in Jamaica with this, and when I'm coming back, I leave with this.
yeah, yeah. That's how I do it as well. The funny thing is, one time I'm not gonna give the story again. I had
Oh,
an incident one time. Let's leave that there. Let's leave that there. 718-701-5720 is our number, guys. If you want to ask a question, you could call live. There are still a lot of people who are undocumented that they are
yes, guys.
scared and they don't know what the next move
Yes.
might be, right? For the person who is sitting there right now and they are in a relationship, they are thinking about getting married, or they were thinking about taking the next step and adjusting their status. What advice do you have for them right now?
Take the next step, guys. Take the next step and take the next step and pursue. And we've always said that. So this advice, Jay, doesn't change because of January 20th. Always pursue aggressively your immigration status. I've never lived in this country undocumented, Jay. My mother did. So I know her anxieties. My cousins did. And I'll stop there without giving up my family. But my entire family, we're immigrants, right? I know the anxiety when someone dies and you can't go to the funeral, somebody getting married and you can't go, Christmas comes and you're alone. I know the anxiety. So anytime you can, pursue your immigration status aggressively. Be involved. If you hire someone, come on shows like this and get some information to make sure the person is doing the right thing. Ask the questions. We're going to answer them.
Absolutely.
Pursue it aggressively.
Marilyn is saying that. So why you get home to Grenada and they're asking you how long you're staying. That happened to me, and I went
You're
on.
the
I had to really put
I
that.
cuss them. I cuss them.
Yeah, you too.
What? I'm Jamaican. That's none of you. I cuss them, Mr. J. Sometimes I go on bad and because Jamaica is a small island, they recognize me. Is Miss Winter going on like that? Yes. I cuss them. I can say I was born here. And I tell them, my neighbor string cut ya.
Exactly.
You cuss, they ask you that
They
too?
asked me that. I did a whole video on that the other day. The
Yeah.
guy asked me how long am I staying. I said, what the hell
None
are
of your
you talking
business.
about? I said,
None of your business.
yeah, I think that they really need to retrain people. I didn't know that happened in Jamaica too. Because when you come back to the
Yes.
US and you present your US
They
passport, they
say,
say,
welcome
oh,
home.
every time. When you go to
Welcome
Grenada
home.
and in the Caribbean and you present your passport of your country and they're telling you
Mhm.
how long you're staying. So every time they ask me, well,
Yes.
not every single time, but at least 8 out of 10 times. And I'm like,
Hmm.
don't ask Grenadians that question. It makes no sense.
Exactly.
So
Hmm.
yeah, I think they need to have a reschooling on that. I didn't know that you had that problem in Jamaica too.
Yeah, they do. And I cuss them. Now I don't get it as much, but I do get it because
Yeah,
I travel a lot and you can't ask me nothing because this I live here.
yeah.
I live here.
That's right. That's right. So, Fonde, let's shift gears a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Are we seeing an increase in the numbers of deportation from your vantage point, from
Yes.
when we last spoke?
Oh my God, yes. ICE has been at it. ICE has been at it. The last time I had checked the dates, I think they were detaining up to 1,500 individuals per day. And
Uh,
then those people with prior removal orders, they're being placed on a flight immediately. They're not going back into a process. They're not being going back into a system. I know there was a big fight between the president and Colombia. I don't know if you saw that, where he was sending the plane load of people to Colombia. They wouldn't take the flight, and the president immediately cut off all processing for Colombia. He shut the US consulate. So this president is not playing. I know the Jamaica flights, they were going bi-weekly. They're getting fuller and fuller. Even my dad calls and get me. He's like 71 came today. Jamaica was very active. They had flights, I think, once a month on a Thursday.
Mhm.
Those are getting more and more people. It's getting, the other day on our news, it showed this little old lady that was deported. An old woman, old woman. They're not mincing, Jay. They're not playing. They're not playing.
Oh. Is it more in a particular state than the next? Is it more
Well,
like
well, the target, there's some target states, right? When we look at the target states, I know, Georgia, New York. I had pulled some of the states where ICE is really targeting. Atlanta, Boston, Denver, Miami, and New York. Those where they carried out some of the large scale raids. So we're looking at ICE activity, guys. You can go to their website. They have in what they call intensified ICE operations, Jay. What we've seen is large scale raids, meaning they're knocking on doors. Atlanta, Boston, Denver, Miami, and New York. I know Panama City Beach, Florida, where they were going door to door, but these are the bigger city. Hundreds of immigrants have been detained. Here's the thing, though: many of those detained don't even have serious criminal records. You
wow?
remember, where I talked about throwing out that net to catch the good with the bad.
Yeah.
Some of them don't have any serious records in it, but it doesn't mean because you're undocumented, ICE is still gonna keep you.
Mm,
ICE is still gonna keep you.
wow.
ICE is still gonna keep you. So those are the big raids where we're seeing the large scale raids. Remember, and I don't know if you saw this. Did we talk about Guantanamo Bay, where 30,000 beds have opened up?
That has started. Yeah.
Okay, so they're thinking of sending individuals there as well.
Wow. I saw a video, and I'm trying to pull it up right now as well, where this is affecting. Where is the audio for that? Okay, I see it. Okay, let me play it back, because now that they are deporting so many people,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's
Oh, the countries,
yes.
the countries are not ready for it.
No, they're not ready for it. And how are the countries dealing with it? And worse
Yes.
yet, we could also talk about this. Listen to this video right here, Funde. Let's take
Sure, sure, sure.
this clip right here. Um,
Several of the farmers I spoke with today off camera say the inconsistency of the immigration law is already hitting their business. They told me workers are simply moving to states who do not have immigration laws, and they say that could jeopardize
Of immigration law just isn't working out. Most immigration workers left, so the farmer hired Americans. Problem is, he says, most show up late, work slower, and are ready to head home after lunch.
all right, so the job,
I don't mean like laughing.
the Americans, they don't want to do the work. They don't want. They don't want to do the work.
Oh,
How do you foresee that affecting productivity? I mean, they're not coming to
yes,
work, and no
yes,
one else is taking the work, because it's not like they're taking the work from
yes,
Americans. What's
yes,
wrong
yes.
there?
So here's the thing, and I said this already, I'll say it again. The administration is gonna run out of steam. Remember I said, Jay, just sit tight. If you gotta hunker down, hunker down. Jay, think about it. Who's gonna pick the apples and the strawberries?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's gonna pick the apples and the strawberries? Who's gonna wash the plates in the back of the restaurant? Who? And I'm not saying that's all immigrants do, but we do know that certain industries are going to be affected. You know who else is going to be affected? The hospitality industry. Who going to clean those hotel rooms when we travel?
A lot of immigrants
This
does that.
administration is going to run out. How many people? All right, if they're detaining 2,000 people a day, who's going to process them? Healthcare. Who's going to give that? You ever gone to a detention center?
I've
They
never.
have nurses.
Uh,
I do. You know, I
right.
go to the I
Yeah.
go to them all the time. They're like, listen, I have a client in there who had like a broken toe. You gotta fix the toe. I have a client who has a mental illness.
Hmm.
You gotta fix who you gotta treat them. So that's why, Jay, I'm laughing because I said this last week or a couple weeks ago. They're gonna run out of steam. If you're gonna detain 1 million people, you gotta have an army of people ready to process them.
Yeah. Right.
The court, they're gonna have a court day. So I can see the president running out of steam. The infrastructure is not there. It's
Hmm.
not there. It's not there. It's not there.
Yeah. And to the second
It's
part,
not
what
there.
what are the islands, the small islands? We have Jamaica, well, even bigger than the smaller islands like Grenada, St. Vincent, St.
Mm-hmm.
Lucia, and these smaller islands who are literally not prepared
Mm-hmm.
economically. They're just not ready to take in this influx of people. Where would they house them? How would they deal with them? What if they are felons that come in? How do they deal with that? Do you think
And
the
and
Caribbean is ready?
let's call the spade a spade. A lot of people who are getting deported are not getting deported because they were in the United States singing on the choir. A lot
That's
of people that are getting deported is not because they were here singing on a choir.
Mhm.
In Jamaica, and I know this for a fact, it's public record, some of the people were convicted of sex offenses against minors. When they go home to Jamaica and they're processed, they are released back to the community. So some of them are predators. And I don't care if you want to say, D, you're an immigration lawyer. I support immigration. I don't support crime. I don't support that madness. Some of these people are predators, Jay, and they're going back to the country. If they have a mental illness, who's going to take care of them? I was talking to someone who says they don't even have a home in their home country. Let me say this right here and now. If you have a couple dollars, build a one-room shack in your home country just in case. Build a one room.
Mhm.
Just build a room with a kitchen and a bathroom. And
Mhm.
every year you go home, you put a little paint on it.
Mhm.
Or if you're not going home, don't send your money to people, but you have to build something because what we're hearing from a lot of people is they don't have the resources to go back home. They've
True.
been living here 30 years, 20 years, 15 years. How are these little islands going to rehabilitate them? But like I said, the president is going to run out of steam. www.winterlaw.com TikTok. We have 300 people over TikTok, Jay. www.winterlaw.com if you want to get a hold of them.
Yes,
Please.
absolutely. Wow. And
Coco.
that yeah, and especially you talk about mental illness, you talk about that
Mm-hmm.
level of crime, sexual
Mm-hmm.
harassment, sexual
Mm-hmm.
abuse. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
Should
Yes.
do you think that like a new brigade of police officers now may need to be trained to deal with what is incoming?
I think these countries will have to start some kind of agency, some kind of rehabilitative agency. Meaning, I know these not everybody was in prison, but they need to get rehabilitated. Listen, Jay, I go to Jamaica often, and there are times I go there and I have a culture shock. So can
Mhm.
you imagine those people that have never gone back in 5, 10 years? So we
Yeah.
need these countries to start what we call a rehabilitation made up of law enforcement, social services, health, schools, education, so they can become rehabilitated into the country. So there are programs in place. So when they land, they don't turn to a life of crime immediately. There's, okay, go take this course to become a mechanic. Go take this course to become a chef. Go take this course to something like that so they can become lawful members of society. So these countries are in for a surprise. We need rehabilitation for, or what I know they don't want to call them returning residents, but they are involuntary returning residents.
Yes, yes, yes. And what about the countries that may not even have the economic resource to deal with that?
They don't, but they have to do something. Even the churches can play a role. Even the churches can play a role. The schools can play a role. because these individuals are going back into communities and they're going to, if not rehabilitated, they're going to be left to a life of crime.
Yeah, sad. All right, let me share this analogy with you, Pfunde. It
Yes,
has
sir.
to do with tariff because we're hearing the talk of tariff. It's not particularly an immigration question, but just an information, just for information purposes. Now we're seeing that tariff war where America is saying, or the president is saying, that no 25% tariff on Canada and the UK, and sorry, not the UK, and Mexico, and tariff on China, right? And I was saying, Lord have mercy. um, it's so inconsistent to what I believe, what I think that the president is trying to do. He's saying that a tariff is a tax on a country. And when I really analyze the whole thing, a tariff is really a tax that consumers will eventually pay, right? Now, people, I don't think they look at it in that depth. But if I'm getting charged, if I'm a big supermarket chain like Walmart, and I'm buying um, uh, stuff from Canada, and Canada is charging me that 25% tariff, okay, I'll say, damn, I'll pay it. But then
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll it over because I'm not. I don't. I somebody have to pay the bill, and then the people that will pay the bill are the consumers. They'll pay the bill. We pay the bill,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then now I would get charged 25% more on everything. Now that 25% more, I probably use that 25% to take a vacation or
Mm-hmm.
to to take a cruise or whatever. No, I'm getting squeezed in the pocket. So I'm like, yo, you know what? I can't take a vacation this year because look, everything went up 25% or what have you. The countries, the islands, no, the tourism sectors, the tourism board of these countries are gonna be hit because,
Absolutely.
and that is a problem. How do you see this tariff thing playing off?
Here's the thing. Tariffs are not new, especially I'm plugging my computer.
Yeah.
Tariffs are not new, especially when we think about Cuba. They're the ones that have been hit the hardest.
Yeah, embargo like
You know,
crazy on Cuba.
Cuba has been a failure to launch because of all the tariffs. Eventually, with tariffs, you and I pay because here the president is going to put a tariff for Canada, tariff for Mexico, tariff for for everywhere. Those suppliers will simply pass that tariff down the food chain.
Yeah,
So
of course.
eventually, and you'll see the result in that is that we pay a little bit more for eggs, we pay a little bit more for butter, and we pay a little bit more for everything because eventually it all gets passed on to us. It really does. There's
Yeah.
no way around it. It will get passed on to us.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The president is saying that it's a tax on the country, but it's not. I
Mm-mm.
don't see it as a tax on the country. It's just
It's for
increased
us.
cost on us, and then
It's
the
for us.
Caribbean country is gonna deeply feel the crunch
Yes.
because now I'm not gonna take 2 vacations anymore. I'm probably gonna take one
Mm-hmm.
or none.
Mm-hmm.
I
Or
found
I'm not gonna send, even bigger than that. I'm not gonna send my child to college anymore. Come home and
exactly.
work. So now it starts to affect generations, right? If you look at, I always say, look to Cuba when you think of tariffs and all these penalties.
Yes.
But it will get tariff eventually. You and I. So if the president says 30% and we all support it, remember it's coming down to us. Eventually, it's
It will
coming
come.
to us.
And
Yes.
even places like Amazon. Amazon
Hmm.
buy all the product for $1.50 in China, bring it
And
over
sell
to
it back.
Amazon and make a
Yes.
FOB Amazon FOB account, sell it to Amazon for $30, and then we purchase it. Now, if we have that 30% coming from China or 25%, what have you,
Hmm.
now
Hmm.
cost is going to be affected on Amazon and Temu and all, and where else people shop? Sheen,
Timo,
Sheen,
Timo,
all of those things are going to be
all of it. Yes.
affected. And I think that is bad for a lot of countries, a lot of islands in the Caribbean. They're going to feel the crunch. Tourism sector is going to be affected, I believe, in
Absolutely.
major ways. It's just so much preparation that we have to make now because of this new dispensation that we're in right now.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, but we're eventually we're going to be the ones to pay.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Fonda, we spoke about, we spoke about the whole deportation. I saw someone put in there. I saw something I wanted to make note of. All right. Oh, yes. Should the Caribbean islands? I don't know if Jamaica do it at the moment. But should the Caribbean islands look more into like sex registry, where we are now
Oh,
record of documents to really know where those where those predators are. We have children running around the place.
I say yes. I would vote yes. We should. And in fact, I think when criminals from here are deported, they should be treated as such as criminals. And if they were on the registry already, they should definitely be placed on a registry here in the Caribbean.
But the
I
problem
really
is
think
some
so.
islands don't even have the infrastructure for registry.
It's internet. Put their picture up on a police station website. Put it up. It's the internet. Form a page that says sexual offender. Because if you think about it in the United States, there's no infrastructure for sexual registry. There's a website. When you move to a neighborhood, you pull up this website and you see so and so's picture and it tells what they have been through. That's all I'm saying. We can do the same thing.
Yeah, I believe it's so easy as well. Because
It's
who
the same
wants
thing.
who wants a 6-time predator, someone that
Living next
children
door to a
next door?
school,
Yeah,
to a school.
yeah,
We can do the same thing. Or we have that person who's a predator do weekly check-ins or monthly check-ins at the local police station. Just have a book. Where you been? Who you been there with? All of that.
yeah. I
All of
think
that.
I think if the government are not doing this, I think the private sector might need to step in. Media might need to step in because we don't
Yeah.
want that. And we're not saying that everyone that's being deported are sexual predators or felons, nothing like that. There are people who are just, they came to America, they've been working hard, they just never
Hmm.
regularized their status and they got deported. So not everyone, but there are
Right.
a lot of people that might be coming back to our countries that they have sketchy past. They have
Yes.
sketchy past, so we have to prepare for all of these sudden eventualities, right? um
Absolutely agree.
a lot for the anything else you wanted to touch on before we wrap up? We got to back out.
I always like to leave with a word of calm, right? In everything that's going on. We still are going to give thanks, right? But at the same time, I do want to leave with a word of calm and to say, just get your house in order, do your immigration checkup. Just do an immigration checkup, and every day something's going to change. I can sit here tonight and tell you all these things, and tomorrow something's going to change. I say, let the dust settle. Give the president, and even a wild horse gets tired at times.
Yeah, true.
Even a wild horse gets tired. And I think this president is going to get tired. This president is going to get tired. I can see that happening.
Hmm. So just
All
hunker
right.
down. No,
Just hunker down.
not much
Yes.
domestic travel right now.
Just sit tight and let the dust set. Remember, it's the first 30 days, the first 90. He got to come out like a bull roaring. So his base is like, thank God I voted for him. Just remember that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Fundy,
All
thank you so
right.
much. Give us some information, contact numbers, if folks
All
calling
right, guys. All
for
right.
justice
So
status.
www.winterlaw.com. Just book your chat. We've put a calendar there. Our consultation is $175. We're going to sit with you. Winter, WYNTERLAW.com. Jay, that's not it.
Oh, sorry, sorry, sorry.
www.winterlaw.com.
Spell it again.
www.winterlaw.com.
Right. Okay. I think I got it now.
There you go.
There you go.
And or you can call us 813-807-7015. 813-807-7015. 813-807-7015.
Put that number on your fridge. Keep it
Put it
safe,
everywhere.
handy. Put it under your
Put it
bed,
everywhere.
mattress.
Put
Make
it
sure
everywhere. everywhere.
As much as we say that number, as much as we give those information, there are always people that call me in the week and say, what was that number again? So let me say it slower and I'll put it up on the screen, guys. Take a snapshot or something of the screen. Give me the number one more time, Funde.
813-807-7015. 813-807-7015. www.winterlaw.com. We would love to have you.
Absolutely. And that's the number right here. Okay, Funde, I got to show you something.
All right.
Hold on. Ready?
Sure.
Let me go full screen.
I know what it's going to be. Should I say the word water?
No, it's not water, Funde. It's not water.
Should I say the word
marriage? Grenada independence. No. You know Grenada independence. Grenada is celebrating its independence, right?
Okay.
All right.
What is it, 50 or 55 years?
No, 51. We're still 51. Young. We're still growing, right?
Yeah.
And if you came, Grenada, that's going to be on Friday, the 7th of February, right?
Okay.
So we are going to be. So this is the actual Grenada Independence tuk-tuk. See it?
Ah,
so we are going to be driving along and taking you straight into, like, if you came for the, like, say for instance, you came into the Grenada for independence and you wanted to get from the mall, so you park your car at the mall and you wanted to get to the stadium where there are going to be a lot of people, a lot of activities, a lot of things happening. You don't have to drive and frustrate yourself. You get on a tuk-tuk like this, and we just take you. So, take you there, boom, right there. So
love it.
Moving tuk-tuk. For those of you guys who are planning to get to the stadium on Friday, as I was telling Funde, we have this thing called the Tuck and Park and Tuck.
Recording in progress.
Park and Tuck. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So you can park and tuck, park your car and tuck away to the stadium. For more information on that, you can call us at Ride, inbox us at Ride if you want to park and tuck to the stadium for Grenada Independence. And one day I want to get you in Grenada, Funde. Especially
I know we gotta plan it.
We gotta make
so I can get on the tuk-tuk. I want to go on the tuk-tuk.
It's lovely. It's lovely. All right, Funde, thank you so much. We'll keep in touch.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Take care.
Always. Thank you again.
All right, bye.
Yeah, Dionne Wynter Pfunde. Always a pleasure. Yeah, guys, so we were saying about the tuck and park and tuck. I have to get it right. Park and tuck. Park and tuck. Say it right. All right, so park and tuck is
Ridealong live worldwide.
For those of you heading to the stadium, we are offering shuttle service with our tuk-tuks. And even before that, if you want to, get a nice independence hangout with your friends, tuck away, right? Bar hopping with friends, yeah, get into it. But for more information on our Park and Tuck, where you can park your car again at the Esplanade Mall and tuck to the National Stadium, you can call 473-422-1011. And you pay a fee to go, you pay a fee to come back, but we got you. Just back and forth. Okay? All right.
Waves across the seas, love and joy.
Also, guys, I got to tell you about this. If you are in Greens, and hold on. Where the thing? Oh Lord, where the thing? All right, let me put this one. If you're in Greens and you want to get on our e-bikes, ride e-bikes, excursions and tours, you can give us a call as well. Ride e-bike excursions and tours. If you're a true rider.
Bringing hope.
Yes.
Ride along. Join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong.
All right, did I tell you guys about the water bikes? Yeah, we're putting all the things together. It's all about ride, you know what I mean? You ride with us. Now, independence is also a great opportunity to take a family out, have a little beach day, chill out on the beach. Yes, guys, we're on the beach. We're on Grenada's beach, and you could ride our water bikes. Nice and safe fun. So come down to Grenada's beach and enjoy. Ride the waves. Ride the waves at Grenada's beach. Yes! Guys, don't move. We'll be right back.
Ride along live worldwide. Feel the beat, feel the vibe.
Looking for the ultimate island experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, up, up several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Guys, don't forget, if you want to advertise, give us a call right here at Ridealong Live, all right? Give us a call. I got a call today, guys, from a good friend. That, very sad, man. This guy is a fellow water sport provider on Grenada's beach. Unfortunately, guys, someone stole the man boat. Someone stole the man boat. Now, he's a good friend. He's a hardworking Grenadian who traveled from the UK to come to Grenada to provide more activities on the beach. And I don't know, some green-eyed person saw the man boat. They felt like they wanted it more than him, and they stole the man boat. Up to a day like today, we can't, the man, up to a day like this, a time like now, like this particular hour, because it happened earlier today, brethren can't find a boat. So we're putting a call out. If you see this boat anywhere, right, or you know someone who might be trying to sell the boat or try to sell us our engine, all right, give us a call to help the brother get back his boat, please, because the brother is a hard-working man, just like anybody else who tried obtain his boat and his equipment, providing water sport on Grenada's beach. The man need the boat. All right, please help the brother get the boat. If you know the whereabouts of this boat, please contact us. We'll get the number and information to my brethren so he could get his boat back. Thank you and thank you and thank you. Please. All right. Yeah. Don't forget, guys, if you want to advertise on Ridealong Live, you give us a call at 718-701-5720. It pays to advertise.
Are you looking to take your business or event to the next level? Advertise on Ridealong Live and reach over 10 million viewers worldwide every month. With a global audience tuning in for the latest news, entertainment, and culture, your message will get the exposure it deserves. Don't miss the opportunity to showcase your brand to a diverse and engaged audience. Ridealong Live, where the world watches and your business grows.
Yeah, guys, of course, if you want to advertise on Ridealong Live, please give us a call, 718-701-5720. Stop keeping your business a secret, all right? Advertise on Ridealong Live. That we have the best packages, the largest viewership anywhere on social media. Give us a call. Let's put together a package to fit your business need. Listen, stop keeping your business a secret. Call right now. Ridealong Live.
Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong.
On behalf of all of our production crew here at Ridealong Live, we say thank you so much to our virtual riders around the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. To our senior executive producer at Ridealong Live, Lynn Lois. How are you doing? I know you're sitting there watching Ridealong Live right now, saying I ended 13 minutes late today. It's overtime, eh? Overtime, boss. Overtime. All right? See you guys tomorrow. Ridealong Live. And guys, learn the song, please. Learn the song.
Ridealong Live, worldwide. Feel the beat, feel the vibe. Amazing host leading the ride. Power to the people we shine. Giving fans what they need. Caribbean spirit, let's succeed. Every show with a good deed. Together we plant the seed. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance. Let's sing the song. From island to island strong. With the host, we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong.
Ridealong Live.